Welcome at one of America's top restaurant chains introducing a new dining concept to their millions of loyal patrons. All Applebee's owners are adding new wood-fire grills and offering freshly butchered steaks on their menus. It's a big investment for these small business owners, but may pale in comparison to Obamacare and the minimum wage requirements that are also hitting these job creators. We visited Applebee's in Times Square with owner Zane Tankel, who takes us through the exciting new grilling process and the costs associated with running a business under the Obama administration.
This grill, and more importantly, this hood, to allow with the buildings department and the Board of Health, has to suck out a lot more exhaust because we're also smoldering wood underneath the grill to give it the oak wood flavor. This grill itself is about $7,500. It's over $2,000 to put this hood to exhaust all the additional fumes that come, or smoke rather, that comes from the wood. So this right here, Maria, is about $10,000, $12,000, and then there's a ton of ancillary kinds of things, what we call smallwares. So we have to have scales to measure the steaks. We have to have knife sharpeners. We have to have knives. The smallwares package is about another $2,000. Yeah. The wood.
This is all the cost to operate. I mean, you've got the wood down here.
The wood down here.
And I know it's been soaking in wood,
right.
In water.
Right.
And then you put it there so that it smolders up.
Smolders up to give the oak wood flavor to the steaks, or all the proteins. It could be to ribs, to spare ribs, or fish, or what have you.
Most people don't realize the costs that are involved.
No idea. No idea.
So you're a small business owner. It's not so small.
Small business owner.
But the cost of just operating the business is one thing, but then you've got things like minimum wage going up.
Exactly.
Things like Obamacare.
Exactly.
Tell us how that has impacted your business.
Well, let me say, we were building restaurants every single year from the day we started and hiring hundreds of people. We haven't built a restaurant since Obamacare. We have 2 years now we haven't built a new restaurant, number one. Number two, I don't call it minimum wage, it's starting wage. It's not a minimum wage, it should be the starting point on the escalator through life. What the government has made it is a minimum wage, and if you made $7.50, now you make $15. You just got a 100% increase.
Right.
Why would you move up through the escalator of life? I'm doing fine. I just doubled my income.
So what are the kinds of things that you're doing to offset some of these costs? I mean, when you consider the fact that you've got all this equipment that costs a lot just to operate, you've got 38 Applebee's stores that you've got to fill up with a lot of this equipment.
Right. And
that was before the minimum wage discussion.
Yeah. We're working on the model where we used to have 5 managers per unit on a model. With 40 restaurants, 38 restaurants, we go back 1 manager, so that's 38 managers. A manager in our system makes a minimum of $50,000 a year. So if I use 40 restaurants as a round figure, 1 manager per restaurant's $2 million.
Wow.
Unfortunately, the first of this year, the government, in its inimitable wisdom, also said that all our servers, which is 2/3 of our labor force, should get a 50% increase, 50.
Wow.
And so their minimum wage went from $5 to $7.50 across thousands of people. Take 2,000 people, $2.50, 5,000 an hour. It cost us an hour. And so what are we doing? So we're looking at managers, we're looking at technology. I always say the government is technology's best friend because it pushes every industry, not just ourselves, every industry towards technology. Because what can you do? The technology doesn't get vacations, technology doesn't take time off. So we're putting tablets on the tables and trying to orient our consumer to use a tablet to order.
Do you think the leadership understands what it is required to actually comply with the Obamacare legislation?
Not a clue. Not a clue. They have no concept whatsoever. How would they, Maria? None of them ever worked. They're professional politicians. That's their job.
Well, you can put tablets some places, and you can put technology in some places. You can't get a computer to do
what your guys are doing right here.
No, we'll always need the human element. And thank God, because we don't want to eliminate all jobs.
Right.
Thank God, we will always need the human element.
But you're going to cut corners as much as you can cut corners.
We look at all our contracts, we look at our utilities, we look at our garbage pickup.
Anything you can automate, you're going to automate. That's about it, because you have to.
There's
the
no
costs are
option.
too much. Do you think that the minimum wage will go to 15 across the country?
It's definitely viral. It's definitely moving in that direction, yes, because it's a populist thing.
Yeah.
It gets you elected.
My special thanks to Zane Tankel, Apple Metro Restaurants Chairman and CEO. Really interesting to be there to see all of the challenges he faces.